Chapter 345. 6-star Peerless Tianzhao. With my strength, I am enough to rank among the top levels of the galaxy Tianzhao. Yi Tian muttered to himself. With his understanding of the Milky Way, those peerless Tianzhao in the Milky Way seemed to be only at the level of 6-star Tianzhao, and he had not heard of any Tianzhao reaching the 7-star Tianzhao. This time the planet was born by chance, although there were also 6-star peerless Tianzhao, but it is not realistic to want to hit the 7-star peerless Tianzhao at one time. To be able to become a 6-star peerless Tianzhao, you must have reached the limit in all aspects. I don't know how many opportunities you have experienced, and it is difficult to continue to explode and improve in one aspect. In the chance of the birth of the planet, these 6-star peerless Tianzhao may be able to improve some aspects, but at most they can only improve some strength, and it is still difficult to step into the level of 7-star peerless Tianzhao. And there are still more than 2 years before he returns to Earth. By that time, he should be able to break the 17th physical limit, and with the progress in other aspects, his strength may even hope to be improved to the 7-star peerless heavenly glory. It's time to refine the space god gold into a space artifact. Yi Tian suddenly thought of this matter. Once he has a space artifact, his strength can increase a lot. In the next few days, Yi Tian began to inquire about the news of god-level refiners, but learned that the god-level refiners on Yinyu Star were basically from the sect power of the Artifact sect. The Artifact sect recruited countless refining geniuses in the galaxy, coupled with the fact that it had a complete inheritance, so one god-level refiner after another was born. Artifact sect. Yi Tian decided to go to the Artifact sect and find a god-level refiner to refine the space artifact. But where is the Artifact Master? It is one of the top powers of Yinyu Star. Even a great god-level powerhouse does not dare to offend the Artifact sect, and the status of the god-level refiner of the Artifact sect is comparable to that of a true god. I don't know how many martial artists want god-level refiners to refine artifacts, and ordinary people can't make an appointment at all. It is true that Yi Tian is Tianzhao, but just the position of Tianzhao is not qualified to let the god-level refiner of the Artifact sect help him refine the artifact. This day, Yi Tian visited the Purple Wheel God. Castle Lord's Mansion. Purple Wheel God, I want to ask the god-level refiner of the Artifact sect to refine the artifact. I don't know if there is any way to invite the god-level refiner of the Artifact sect? Yi Tian asked. You want to refine a space artifact, right? The Purple Wheel God asked. Yes. Yi Tian nodded. The Purple Wheel God pondered. Ordinary god-level refiners can't successfully refine a space artifact. They must be the most powerful among god-level refiners to be sure. I know a god-level refiner, and he also has the ability to refine space artifacts, but the other party's temper is a little weird, and he often makes some requests. Maybe for my sake, he will refine space artifacts for you, but he will definitely make some requests. You can try to meet his requirements. Thank you, Purple Wheel God. Yi Tian was grateful. Phew. The Purple Wheel God took out a scroll, sealed his words in it, and handed it to Yi Tian. Wanfa Tianzhao, when you see that god-level refiner, give this to him as a certificate. Okay. Yi Tian accepted the scroll. And the Purple Wheel God also told Yi Tian the residence of the god-level refiner, and said a few words. After Yi Tian wrote it down, he took his leave. Yinyu Star, Absolute Martial Continent. The Absolute Martial Continent is one of the Silver Star supercontinents, and the Artifact sect is located on the Absolute Martial Continent. In the territory of the Artifact sect, there is a gourd divine mountain, and there is a god-level powerhouse living on the mountain. This god-level powerhouse is called Lan Ruoki God, and he is a god-level refiner of the Artifact sect, and he is not an ordinary god-level refiner, and his status in the Artifact sect is relatively high. This day, at the foot of the Gourd God Mountain, many warriors are waiting. Most of these martial artists are Emperor level, but there are also some God level, and they are all here to ask Lan Ruoki God to refine weapons. Some have even been waiting for a few years. Suddenly, a young man flew from a distance, landed at the bottom of the mountain, and immediately walked up the mountain. This young man is Yi Tian. Just as Yi Tian was walking towards the Hulu Divine Mountain, a god-level powerhouse spoke. Little guy, don't go up. Lan Ruoki God will only refine a weapon in a month. Lan Ruoki God only refined a weapon a few days ago, and after refining it for more than 20 days next time, it is useless for you to go up now. And if you want to find the blue Ruoki God refining weapon, but you have to make an appointment to queue up, you will definitely be driven down by the guards of the blue Ruoki God if you go up like this. Thank you for the reminder. Yi Tian bowed his hand, but still went up the mountain. This god level didn't stop it. Anyway, in his opinion, Yi Tian would soon be thrown down the mountain. Yi Tian's speed was very slow, but he didn't teleport up directly. So he would not respect the Lan Ruo weapon god, and would even cause the hostility of the Lan Ruo weapon god. Halfway up the mountain, two god-level powerhouses stopped Yi Tian. These two are the guards of the Lan Ruoki god, and their strength is not strong, far inferior to Yi Tian. But Yi Tian didn't dare to ignore them. Stand, if you want to find our master refining weapon, you must go down the mountain and wait, said one of the god-level guards. I have something for you to pass on to the blue weapon god. Yi Tian took out the scroll handed to him by the purple wheel god. What is this? The god-level guard frowned. A letter. If the blue Ruoki god sees it, he will definitely let me go up the mountain. Yi Tian explained. Letters? The two god-level guards glanced at each other, and then one of them said, You wait here, I'll go and hand it over to the master. Swish! One of the god-level guards went up the mountain, and after about half a minute, he came back again. Come with me, the god-level guard said. Yi Tian smiled slightly and followed the god-level guard up the mountain. Yamashita. Many martial artists widened their eyes, especially the god-level who had just talked to Yi Tian, who couldn't believe their eyes. He was stunned and said, he actually went up the mountain. What is his origin? Could it be that he took advantage of his connections to go through the back door? He didn't dare to question the guards of the blue Ruoki god. He could only envy Yi Tian. Hulu's sacred mountain. In a refining weapon temple, Yi Tian saw the Lan Ruo weapon god. Lan Ruoki god is a middle-aged god level, with a mustache, and the whole person looks a little tired. Obviously because he is not in good spirits due to frequent refining. Hello, Lan Ruoki god. Yi Tian greeted. You are the 10,000 laws of heaven? Lan Ruoki god glanced at Yi Tian deeply. Yes. Yi Tian nodded in response. Lan Ruoki god said lightly, I don't care what kind of Tianjiao you are. Originally I treated everyone equally, but since you were introduced by the purple wheel god, I can refine weapons for you, but say it in advance, I don't need to be paid. I only need you to do one thing. What's the matter? Yi Tian was curious. Lan Ruoki Shen said in a deep voice, You should know that refining weapons need flames like alchemy, and there is a place in the absolute martial continent called the Divine Fire Secret Realm, and there is a different fire somewhere in the Divine Fire Secret Realm. When I was still at the Emperor level, that strange fire had not yet been formed. Calculate the time, and it should have been formed now. I'm now a god level, and the Divine Fire Secret Realm only allows Emperor level entry at most, so I can't enter the Divine Fire Secret Realm. And the average Emperor level enters the Divine Fire Secret Realm and dies for a lifetime. You are Tianjiao, and your strength far exceeds that of the 9-star Emperor level. Although this task is a little dangerous for you, it should be able to be completed. If you go to the Divine Fire Secret Realm and bring that strange fire over, I will refine the space artifact for you for free. How about it? No problem, Yi Tian agreed. As for the alleged danger, he was not at all worried. He is a peerless Tianjiao. A Divine Fire Secret Realm that only Emperor level can enter. If he is still afraid, it will be too cowardly. You really agreed? You have to think clearly. It is said that there are fire spirit creatures comparable to Tianjiao in the Divine Fire Secret Realm. If you encounter danger inside, I can't save you. Lan Ruoki God reminded. Lan Ruoki God, don't worry, I can bring that strange fire back. Yi Tian said very confidently. Alright then, this is information about the Divine Fire Secret Realm and the location of that strange fire. You can go. Lan Ruoki God handed the information to Yi Tianao and said. Yi Tian accepted the information and left. Chapter 346. The Divine Fire Secret Realm is located somewhere in the absolute martial continent. It is not an open secret realm. As long as you have a Divine Fire token, you can enter the Divine Fire Secret Realm. Lan Ruoki Divine Liquid gave Yi Tian a Divine Fire token. After Yi Tian left the Hulu Divine Mountain, he came to the nearby giant city, and after teleportation again and again, he finally arrived at the Divine Fire City. The Divine Fire Secret Realm is located 3 million miles west of the Divine Fire City. After a while, Yi Tian came to the area where the Divine Fire Secret Realm was located. I saw that this is a sea of fire, and there is a huge volcano above the sea of fire. Behind this fire gate is the secret realm of Divine Fire, and you need a Divine Fire token to pass through the fire gate. There are many God level and true God guards around, and people who don't have a Divine Fire token can't enter the Divine Fire Secret Realm. Swish! Yi Tian passed through the fire gate with the Divine Fire token in his hand and successfully entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm. As soon as he entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm, Yi Tian felt the fire attribute vitality permeating the air. If an Emperor-level person with fire attribute talent cultivates in the Divine Fire Secret Realm, then the cultivation speed is definitely fast. Yi Tian sighed. Although the fire attribute vitality of the Divine Fire Secret Realm is strong, it is not all flames here. It is similar to the general secret realm, except that there are more fire attribute treasures and more volcanoes, and there is nothing special in other aspects. Yi Tian took out a map, which was marked with the location of the strange fire. According to what Lan Ruoqi God said, the location of that strange fire is relatively remote. I have never heard that the strange fire appeared in Yinyu Star, she'd said. It must not have been taken away, and it should still be in that position. Yi Tian identified the direction and flew over. Not long after he flew, a huge firebird flew over and rushed towards him. Species: Fire Spirit Bird. Spiritual Talent: Radiant Moon. Speed Talent: Arcanon. Flame Talent: God Level. Defense Talents: Top. Claw Talent: Radiant Moon. This fire spirit bird is one of the more common fire spirits in the Divine Fire Secret Realm. Fire spirits can also be regarded as a special kind of fierce beast, but they have no flesh and blood. So, they have no cultivation talent and bloodline talent, only spiritual vein talent. The bodies of the fire spirits are completely composed of the power of the fire spirits. Once they leave the Divine Fire Secret Realm, their bodies will dissipate, so they can only stay in the Divine Fire Secret Realm for the rest of their lives. Seeing this fire spirit sparrow attacking, Yi Tian crushed it with one palm. Void Palm. Bang! I saw a big hand appear in the void and killed the fire spirit sparrow with a slap. Yi Tian only used a legendary level Void Palm, but even so, this fire spirit sparrow was completely unable to resist, and it was bombarded into slag with one move. Along the way, many fire spirits attacked Yi Tian. Many of them were comparable to the 9-star Emperor-level fire spirits, but all of them could not resist Yi Tian's move, and they were all killed into slag in seconds. Soon, Yi Tian flew to a volcanic mountain range, where there are tens of thousands of volcanoes, large and small. The entire mountain range stretches for tens of thousands of miles, which shows the majesty of this volcanic mountain range. And the strange fire that Lan Ruoqi God wanted was inside a small, very inconspicuous volcano among the tens of thousands of volcanoes. Because of this strange fire is not easy to be taken away. It's a little troublesome. You have to look for it one by one. Yi Tian frowned. Although he knew the approximate location, Lan Ruoqi God could not give an accurate location. She could only roughly describe the approximate location and general shape of the small volcano. Therefore, Yi Tian had to look for it himself to be able to confirm it. Of course, it is not very difficult for Yi Tian to find a strange fire, because he has a treasure hunting talent, and the strange fire is also a kind of fire treasure. It can't hide from the treasure hunting talent. He only needs to use the treasure hunting talent to walk through the volcanoes, and he can judge whether there are treasures inside. If there are treasures, he will enter the volcano to investigate and confirm whether there is any strange fire, so the speed of searching is faster. Soon, Yi Tian flew over volcanoes, and the speed of searching was not slow. At this rate, he would soon be able to find the volcano with the strange fire. Suddenly, a figure appeared not far from Yi Tian. Wanfa Tianzhao, this is my cultivation place, please leave. Yi Tian looked at the past and immediately recognized the other party, Yan Demon Tianzhao. Yan Demon Tianzhao is a 5-star Tianzhao, and his strength is very strong, ranking 7th on the Yinyu Star Tianzhao list, but there was no chance of the birth of a planet last time. Yi Tian was also the first time to see this Yan Demon Tianzhao, but he was also a Tianzhao. Yi Tian naturally knew more than 300 or 400 Tianjiao on Yinyu Star, and it was impossible not to know Yan Demon Tianjiao. Wanfa Tianjiao, let's leave. This is my cultivation place. I don't want to be disturbed. Flame Demon Tianjiao said in a commanding tone. Yi Tian didn't leave, but felt that Yan Demon Tianjiao was a little strange. The other party's attitude was too tough, right? Moreover, cultivating in the Divine Fire Secret Realm. What's going on? Although the Divine Fire Secret Realm is good, the Yan Demon Tianjiao is also a disciple of the Yan sect, the top power of the Silver Universe Star, and the cultivation environment of the Yan sect is not known how many times better than the Divine Fire Secret Realm. If Yan Demon Tianjiao really wants to retreat and cultivate, it's impossible to be in the Divine Fire Secret Realm. Could it be that he has discovered a strange fire, and the strange fire has not really been born yet, so he is waiting? Yi Tian guessed, but he vaguely felt that something was wrong, and the truth of the matter was certainly not so. So, Yi Tian said, Yan Demon Tianjiao, I'm sorry, I came to find something, so it's impossible to leave. What? You also got the news of the Fire God Crystal? Yan Demon Tianjiao was shocked. Impossible, how would you know? This is what I found out not long ago, without informing anyone. You can't know. Vulcan Crystal? Yi Tian frowned. Things were different from what he expected. The other party didn't come because of the strange fire, but for the so-called Fire God Crystal. Seeing Yi Tian frowning, Yan Demon Tianjiao knew that he was wrong. The other party was not for the Fire God Crystal, but for himself. Wanfa Tianjiao, I was originally going to let you leave, but when you heard the 3 words of the Fire God Crystal, then I'm sorry, you have to die here today. A rich killing intent burst out from the Flame Demon Tianjiao. He was fully confident that he would be able to kill Yi Tian, because he was a 5-star Tianjiao, ranking 7th on the Yinyu Star Tianjiao list. Yi Tian, on the other hand, was only a 3-star Tianjiao, ranking 98th on the Yinyu Star Tianjiao list. It was not difficult for a 5-star Tianjiao to kill a 3-star Tianjiao, so he was not worried that he would not be able to kill Yi Tian. Kill! Flame Demon Tianjiao turned into a fire god, holding a long sword and slashing at it. The flame sword burned this piece of void, showing the terrifying power of the 5-star Tianjiao. However, at this time, Yi Tian used his spatial talent and froze the space. Space collapse. Yi Tian, with a thought, manipulated the space around Yan Demon Tianjiao, forming a space collapse. In a flash, a large area of space collapsed, and Yan Demon Tianjiao fell into the collapsed space. Suddenly, a flash of golden light appeared, and the Yan Demon Tianjiao rushed out of the collapsed space, but he was also covered in blood. Yan Demon Tianjiao didn't breathe a sigh of relief, and slashed at it with a knife. Poof! Flame Demon Tianjiao's arm flew out, and his entire body was severely damaged. You're not a 3-star Tianjiao. The Flame Demon was horrified. The strength that Yi Tian was showing at the moment. Where was the 3-star Tianjiao? He was seriously injured in the blink of an eye. Such strength is clearly peerless. Wanfa Tianjiao turned out to be a 6-star peerless Tianjiao, not a 3-star Tianjiao at all. This strength is inevitably too hidden. Even if other Tianjiao are hidden, it is only hidden a little. At most, they will only hide 1 combat power level. Yi Tian, though, clearly has the strength of a 6-star peerless Tianjiao, but he has been presenting as a 3-star Tianjiao. Run! The Flame Demon Tianjiao turned into a ray of light and flew away. But before he could fly away, the ghost knife slashed from the void and cut off one of the legs of Yan Demon Tianjiao at once. The next moment, a large hand came over. Super God level void palm. Looking at this void palm, Yan Demon Tianjiao was under terrifying pressure, and there was no way to escape. This piece of void seemed to be completely frozen and solidified under this palm, much more powerful than a simple space confinement. Phew! The void realm inside the void palm completely took in the Flame Demon Tianjiao. Yan Demon Tianjiao was trapped in the void Mina realm, and the power of the void palm suppressed him, and he couldn't escape at all. Wanfa Tianjiao, please spare me. The Flame Demon Tianjiao begged for mercy in the void Mina realm in the void Mi's palm. Chapter 347. Wow! A wisp of Yi Tian's consciousness entered the void Mina realm and faced the Flame Demon Tianjiao. Flame Demon Tianjiao, for the sake of the Fire God Crystal, you actually want to kill me. What the hell is that? Yi Tian asked very curiously. You don't know? Yan Motian was stunned, and immediately thought of Yi Tian's background. It was normal for Yi Tian not to know. If I say it, can you let me go? No. Yi Tian shook his head. Then I can't say it, said Yan Demon Tianzhao coldly. At this moment, the power of the void palm crushed and acted on the flame demon Tianzhao. Boom boom boom. Flame demon Tianzhao withstood the super god level void palm attacks again and again. His body shattered, and his injuries became more and more serious. Just after Yan Demon Tianzhao's injury reached a certain level, Yi Tian released Yan Demon Tianzhao from the void Mina realm. Hypnosis. Yi Tian activated the hypnotic talent, and the power of hypnosis invaded the soul of Yan Demon Tianzhao. Yan Demon Tianzhao also had soul defense treasures, but his injuries were very serious, and he couldn't use all his strength to urge the soul defense treasures. Under Yi Tian's invasion again and again, he finally couldn't defend it. Rumble. Hypnosis succeeded. Looking at the already sluggish Yan Demon Tianzhao, Yi Tianzhen asked, "Say, what is the fire god crystal?" Yan Demon Tianzhao opened his mouth and said, "The fire god crystal is a treasure containing the origin of the law. It is difficult to find in the world. It is an auxiliary material for cultivating a fire-based supernatural power, such as the fire-based supernatural power, Great Flame Exterminating Hand. One of its several auxiliary materials is the fire god crystal. Fire supernatural powers? What is this?" Yi Tian frowned. As a Tianzhao, he had never heard of the fire system's supernatural power. Yan Demon Tianzhao explained, "The fire system divine power is a very rare method. It is a means to use the god-level fire system talent to fuse several fire system law treasures to practice. It is called the fire system magic power. A long time ago, there was no supernatural power, but a genius found that sword skills, and boxing skills can be superimposed with strength talents, which is very unfair to attribute talents. So, that Tianzhao studied countless years and finally researched supernatural powers, fusing god-level attribute talents with some treasures containing the origin of the law, and practicing a supernatural power through certain cultivation methods. The attack of supernatural power does not lie in the size of the strength, but in the fact that he can mobilize the power of the law to attack, which is not inferior to the superimposed attack of strength talent and sword skills." "I see," Yi Tian exclaimed. He had always thought that the superimposed attacks of sword skills, etc., and strength talents were the most awesome, and now he knew that there was also a supernatural power. "Why hasn't anyone mentioned supernatural powers?" Yi Tian asked. Yan Demon Tianzhao said, "The reason why no one mentions the supernatural power is that they don't know the supernatural power at all. Only the top forces of Yinyuxing have the cultivation method of the supernatural power. And our Yan sect has the fire system's supernatural power, the cultivation method of the Great Flame Exterminating Hand, but only a few people in the entire Yan sect have practiced the Great Flame Exterminating Hand. This is because if you want to practice the Great Flame Exterminator, you must gather 4 auxiliary things, which are the Fire God Crystal, the Fire Dragon Divine Stone, the Million-Year Fire Spirit Essence, and the Alien Fire above the 7th Order. Now, I have collected all the alien fires above the 7th Order and the Million-Year Fire Spirit Essence, and I am only missing the Fire God Crystal and the Fire Dragon Divine Stone. You mentioned the Vulcan Crystal just now. Could it be that there is a Vulcan Crystal here?" Yi Tian asked again. "Yes," Yan Demon Tianzhao replied. "This mountain range gave birth to a Fire God Crystal, but it was snatched away by a fire spirit. The other party can escape underground. It is difficult to find. I am looking for the other party." Yi Tian asked a lot of questions, and also asked some top-secret information from Yan Demon Tianzhao's mouth. For example, many powerful beings in the galaxy have cultivated supernatural powers, even including several peerless celestial prides in the galaxy, and those peerless celestial prides have relied on supernatural powers to ascend to the position of peerless celestial pride. Yan Demon Tianzhao is only one step away from the position of peerless Tianzhao. In order to seek a breakthrough, he will put his hope on the fire supernatural power. Once he has practiced the fire supernatural power, the Great Flame Extinguishing Hand, there is 70 or 80% hope to step into the peerless Tianzhao. But unfortunately, he was unlucky enough to meet Yi Tian. Tell the content of the fire magic power of the great flame extinguishing hand. Yi Tian forced. Yan Demon Tianzhao is a Tianzhao. Yan sect did not let Yan Demon Tianzhao make an oath to teach the great Yan extinguishing hand to die, even if it will pay a heavy price for teaching the fire system's supernatural power, but Yi Tian doesn't care about it. Under the hypnotization of the hypnotic talent, the flame demon Tianzhao said the cultivation method of the great flame exterminator one by one. When Yan Demon Tianzhao said this, he vomited blood, and the backlash was very serious. After Yan Demon Tianzhao finished speaking, his breath was already very weak. Yi Tian was not ready to let go of Yan Demon Tianzhao, but he valued Yan Demon Tianzhao's cultivation talent. Yan Demon Tianzhao has a desolate level cultivation talent, which is a very high cultivation talent, and he is ready to forcibly deprive Yan Demon Tianzhao of his desolate level cultivation talent, and give it to his wife Moon Emperor after returning to Earth. Deprivation. Yi Tian urged the deprivation of the ability to copy the talent. The next moment, Flame Demon Tianzhao's desolate cultivation talent was deprived by Yi Tian and stored in the copy talent. After doing all this, die! Yi Tian suddenly pinched and exploded Yan Demon Tianzhao's head and killed Yan Demon Tianzhao. After killing the Flame Demon Tianzhao, Yi Tian scraped the opponent's spatial ring and found a bottle of million-year-old fire spirit essence and a 7th-order alien fire sealed in the jade box, the Buddha Lotus Golden Flame Fire. The great flame extinguishing hand has already arrived, and I have also obtained 2 auxiliary things. If I get the Fire God Crystal again, it will be equivalent to having 3 pieces, and there is only 1 treasure left, the Fire Dragon Divine Stone. Yi Tian thought to himself. Immediately, Yi Tian began to look for the location of the Fire Spirit and the Fire God Crystal. Soon, Yi Tian found the Fire Spirit and Fire God Crystal in a small volcano, and also found a strange fire. 6th order different fire, purple flame and different fire. Isn't this the strange fire that Lan Ruoki God asked me to find? What a coincidence, I actually found the strange fire and the Fire God Crystal at the same time. Yi Tian said in surprise. At this time, he roughly understood that the fire spirit that snatched the Fire God Crystal was actually the guardian fire spirit of the purple flame and the alien fire. Immediately, Yi Tian escaped into the space and quietly approached the alien fire and this fire spirit. The strength of this fire spirit is not weak, it is equivalent to an ordinary Tianzhao, and it can escape in the magma, so it is very difficult to capture. After approaching the fire spirit, one of Yi Tian's hands poked out from the space. Super God level Void Palm. Yi Tian, with a thought, grabbed the fire spirit, put it into the Void Mira realm in the palm of the void, and instantly grabbed the fire spirit. The fire spirit was caught, and Yi Tian easily put away the 6th order alien fire, the purple flame alien fire, and sealed the purple flame alien fire in a jade box. The strange fire was in hand, and Yi Tian came to deal with the fire spirit. This fire spirit resembles a pangolin, and the Vulcan crystal is in its belly. Without saying a word, Yi Tian killed this fire spirit and took out the Fire God Crystal. The Vulcan crystal is in the shape of a 12-sided crystal, and each crystal can see a different world of flames, which is enough to see the magic of the Vulcan crystal. After looking at the Fire God Crystal, and without researching anything, Yi Tian put away the Fire God Crystal. It's just the Fire Dragon Divine Stone. According to Yan Demon Tianzhao, the Fire Dragon Divine Stone is a treasure of the Dragon Clan. It is not very rare in the Dragon Clan area, but it is almost difficult to see in the human area, and the Yan sect does not have a Fire Dragon Divine Stone. Yi Tian felt that if he wanted to find the Fire Dragon Divine Stone, he had to start from the Dragon Clan, and there happened to be a Dragon Clan on the earth. Maybe when he goes back, he can extort a little Fire Dragon God Stone from those Dragon Clans, but it is not clear whether the other party has Fire Dragon God Stones. It's time to leave. Yi Tian teleported away. After a while, he left the Divine Fire Secret Realm. At the same time, the Yan sect had already learned about the death of the Yan Demon Tianzhao, and the high-level officials were furious. In this generation, there is only one Tianzhao in Yanzong, and Yan Demon Tianzhao is still a 5-star Tianzhao, and there is a chance to become a peerless Tianzhao. Among the Tianzhao of the past dynasties, the Fire Demon Tianzhao is also very powerful because he is a Tianzhao, and has a desolate cultivation talent. He will definitely be able to become a great god in the future, and he has great potential. But now that the Yan demon Tianzhao has died, the Yan sect can be said to have suffered a heavy loss. Check. I want to know who killed Yan demon Tianzhao. The sect master of the Yan sect, a powerful great god-level powerhouse, ordered. Chapter 348. At the time of the Yan sect's investigation, Yi Tian had already returned to the Hulu Divine Mountain. Gourd's Sacred Mountain, among the refining temples. Yi Tian saw the Lan Ruoqi god again. Lan Ruoqi god, this is the 6th order alien fire you want, the purple flame alien fire. Yi Tian handed the jade box that had sealed the purple flame to the blue weapon god. Lan Ruoqi god opened the jade box, and after confirming that it was correct, he nodded and said, "Okay, I will keep my promise to help you build a weapon, and bring your space god gold." Yi Tian took out the palm-sized space divine gold and handed it to the Lan Ruoqi god. The amount is enough, but do you want to create a support-type spatial artifact and an attack-type spatial artifact? If you create an attack-type spatial artifact, I can create a spatial knife for you to make your lethality even more terrifying. If it's a support type, I can build a dimensional Rubik's Cube artifact for you, which can amplify the abilities of the space talent. Which one do you choose? Lan Ruoqi god asked. I choose the dimensional Rubik's Cube artifact. Yi Tian said without hesitation. The space knife seems to be very good, but it can't cooperate with his knife skills, and using the dimensional Rubik's Cube weapon can increase the abilities of the space talent, and it will not affect his knife skills. Therefore, the dimensional Rubik's Cube artifact is more suitable for him. Okay, then I'll build a dimensional Rubik's Cube artifact for you. It's a waste of time to build a space artifact, so come back in 2 months. Lan Ruoqi god said, then I'll wait in the Hulu Divine Mountain for 2 months. I don't know if it's convenient for the Lan Ruoqi god? Yi Tian asked. As long as you don't enter my main peak, feel free to go anywhere else. Lan Ruoqi god has a quirk. When he refines the artifact, he doesn't want anyone to be around, even the guards around him must stay away. Yi Tian left. Halfway up the Hulu Divine Mountain, he found a place, threw out a small palace, and rested and cultivated in this palace, waiting for 2 hours. This time, the guards didn't come to catch Yi Tian. Lan Ruoqi god began to forge a spatial artifact for Yi Tian, and Yi Tian didn't waste time and started cultivating here. The power of the Yan sect is very strong, and it is not difficult to investigate where Yan demon Tianzhao has been. Soon, they found out that the last place that Yan demon Tianzhao went to was the Divine Fire Secret Realm. The Divine Fire Secret Realm is a secret realm that only martial artists below the god level can go to, and the 5-star Tianzhao will not be killed by the fire spirit of the Divine Fire Secret Realm. So, the person who kills the flame demon Tianzhao must be other Tianzhao. For the first time, the object of their suspicion was Yinyu Star's only 6-star peerless Tianzhao, Lei Ling Tianzhao, but they quickly rejected this speculation. According to the investigation, Lei Ling Tianzhao has been in retreat since he came back from the Moda River system, and many people can sit in the town, but Lei Ming Tianzhao has never been to the Divine Fire Secret Realm, which is easy to find out. Having vetoed the possibility of thundering Tianzhao, they set their sights on other Tianzhao and began to mobilize a large number of people to investigate Tianzhao who had been to the Divine Fire Secret Realm during this period of time. Because when Yi Tian went to the Divine Fire Secret Realm before, he didn't expect to encounter the flame demon Tianzhao and have a conflict, so he didn't disguise it, and he entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm with his body. Therefore, Yi Tian was found to have entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm. Yanzong. There was a piece of information in front of the sect master. It was Yi Tian's information, and a true god below was reporting, tell the sect master, according to the investigation, during this period of time, there is only one Tianzhao who has entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm, Wanfa Tianzhao. He has entered the Divine Fire Secret Realm, and after the death of my Zhongyan demon Tianzhao, Wanfa Tianzhao came out soon, and he is the most suspicious. The sect master of the Yan sect picked up Yi Tian's information, frowned, and said, Wanfa Tianzhao only has the strength of a 3-star Tianzhao. Although he went to the Moda River system and got the opportunity of the birth of the planet, his strength should have improved a lot, but at most it is only a 4-star Tianzhao. How did he kill the Yan demon Tianzhao? Maybe it's some kind of one-time killer. The true god guesses below. This is possible. From the current evidence, the possibility of Wanfa Tianzhao is indeed the greatest. If he is only an emperor level, any true god can wipe him out, but he is Tianzhao. A strong person above the god level can't attack him, but no one at the emperor level of our Yanzong is the opponent of Wanfa Tianzhao. The sect master of the Yan sect is in a difficult situation. The true god below proposed, Tianzhao can only be dealt with by Tianzhao. The sect master can ask Tianzhao to make a move. Presumably, there must be Tianzhao who is willing to make a move. Who do you ask? My Zhongyan demon Tianzhao has fallen. This matter can't be hidden. The 4 or 5-star Tianzhao will definitely not dare to make a move, but there is only one 6-star Tianzhao of Yinyu star. With Lei Ling Tianzhao's temperament, it is estimated that he will not do it. The Yan sect master shook his head and said, "Sect master, you have forgotten one. If you ask that Tianzhao to make a move, it will be very easy to kill the 10,000 laws Tianzhao," said the true god. You mean, sect master Yan thought about who that person was. One of the 6-star peerless Tianzhao, assassin Tianzhao, a Tianzhao who is proficient in assassination, has assassinated 3 5-star Tianzhao, and a 6-star peerless Tianzhao who has just broken through, and is known as the Terminator of Tianzhao. This 6-star peerless Tianzhao is not Yinyu star Tianzhao, nor is he one of the 9 main star Tianzhao, so he belongs to a notorious force in the galaxy, the Killing God Temple. The Killing God Temple has been under the suppression of the 9 main stars of the galaxy, and it does not dare to send killers into the 9 main stars at all. The Hell-killing Tianzhao is a peerless Tianzhao. Even if it appears in Yinyu star above the top, the powerhouses above the god level will not dare to deal with him. This is the protection of the human race for Tianzhao. But who among Tianzhao dares to make a move against Tianzhao? Even Lei Ling Tianzhao didn't dare to make a move against the assassin Tianzhao. After all, Lei Ling Tianzhao didn't want to be targeted by a killer Tianzhao all the time, and he would be afraid of it all his life. But to hire the assassin Tianzhao, this price is not small. The sect master of the Yan sect thought about it for a long time, and finally made up his mind. Wanfa Tianzhao has 100% something to do with this matter, and he has no background, so it doesn't matter if he kills him. HMPH, no matter what, this matter must be explained to Yanzong. The sect master of the Yan sect has decided, so he will ask the assassin Tianzhao to take action, no matter what the cost. Flash. Half a month has passed. The news of the death of the flame demon Tianzhao had been completely spread in the Tianzhao pavilion, and it alarmed many Tianzhao for a while. There are even rumors that Wanfa Tianzhao killed Yan demon Tianzhao, but there are few people who really believe it. When Lei Ming Tianzhao learned the news, he immediately sneered, 10,000 FA Tianzhao can kill Yan demon Tianzhao. It's ridiculous. He thinks he is a peerless Tianzhao, and he doesn't know who spread such news. Lei Ming Tianzhao didn't take this news seriously, just as a joke. This day, Yi Tian was cultivating when he suddenly sensed a strong surge of hostility. Someone is going to deal with me? Yi Tian retreated from his cultivation state, and the whole person stood up. His spatial perception spread, and he checked the situation around him. Shout! Yi Tian flew out and stood in midair. No one? Yi Tian muttered to himself. Eye of insight. Yi Tian opened this talent. In an instant, a young man in a black robe and armed with a black blade in the distance hid there and slowly walked towards him. And when Yi Tian's gaze came over, the young man immediately knew that he had been exposed. Wanfa Tianzhao, you actually discovered me. It seems that you have the talent to be able to perceive stealth. The youth withdrew from stealth and was not disappointed at all. In fact, he also knew that even if his stealth talent could hide it from Yi Tian, he wouldn't be able to hide it from the god-level powerhouses on the Hulu God Mountain. If he really sneaked halfway up the mountain, those god-level people would definitely stop him. If you can't assassinate you, then forcibly kill it, the young man said secretly. But this is the Gourd Divine Mountain, where there are many god-level people, and the Blue Ruoki God is also here. He can't do anything here. He has to leave the Gourd Sacred Mountain. Who are you? I can feel it. You want to kill me? Yi Tian asked. Yes, I want to kill you. Do you dare to go out of the Hulu Divine Mountain? The youth laughed. What about coming out? Yi Tian teleported out and left the range of the Hulu Divine Mountain.